Good day, welcome back. Today's lesson on working with perpendicular lines will be geared specifically at grade 8, grade 9 and grade 10 level. But grade 11s and grade 12 should also be familiar with this. In today's exercise, we are expected to find the equation of a line segment that is perpendicular to another line segment. So it's important to note, I've got to find a line that is perpendicular to this line and that passes through the point L. So if I have a line that is perpendicular to that one, it must pass through the point L. So we must find that equation. So I'm going to use AB once again as an example and see what we come up with. Firstly, we know that the gradient of AB was 3 over negative 4, which is negative 3 over 4. C could be read from the graph, so that was negative 3. So our equation was y is equal to negative 3 over 4x minus 3. So when I calculate the gradient of a line that is perpendicular to this line, then it must form a right angle triangle if I connect the line that is perpendicular to this line and passes through that point will then meet at a particular point and it will form a right angle triangle. So the first thing that I note is that the gradient of the one line multiplied with the gradient of the new line should be equal to minus 1. So a line perpendicular to AB passing through the point L, 3 and 5. The perpendicular line segments, that's a symbol for perpendicular lines, meet each other at 90 degrees. That means gradient of the one line multiplied with the gradient of the other line will give me negative 1. So in layman's terms, M2 will be reciprocal of M1 multiplied by a negative. So M2 is then 4 over 3. This is only my gradient. I still need to calculate the C value of the graph. And I will now substitute in the point the coordinates of point L in the equation y is equal to mx plus c. Remember, I've got my gradient, my y value, my x value, and I need to now substitute these accordingly. Firstly, I substitute my gradient. My next port of call will be to substitute my coordinates of L. 3 is my x value and my y value is 5. Once this is done, I calculate, 3 will cancel out, 3 I'm left with 4. Subtract 4 on the left hand side, subtract 4 on the right hand side, C is equal to positive 1. That gives my equation of my straight line that is perpendicular to AB will be 4 over 3x plus 1. I will demonstrate quickly. If I have a perpendicular line to LM, perpendicular to the function and passes through that point L, you can see that it passes through 1 on the graph. But remember, you're not going to receive graph paper all the time. In grade 8 and 9, it will be done on graph paper. They will tell you it passes through a certain point, but it's not necessarily that the point will be on the Cartesian plane. So it's not always going to be that you can draw the line and see where the line cuts the y-axis. But if they give you information where you can draw it, do so. But remember, your graph is not always accurate. So we had 4 to do. The first one is covered. What is the equation of the line segment that is perpendicular to CD, but also passes through that point? EF and passes through that point. So I need to find where it cuts the y-axis, and then HG, and it passes through that point. Remember, the first thing, the gradient of the one will be multiplied with the gradient of the other must give you -1. That means that the one's gradient will be the reciprocal of the other one's gradient, meaning if the one is 3 over 4, the other one will be 4 over 3, but it must be negative. One must be negative, one must be positive, because the result of the two being multiplied will be a -1. At your leisure, I would like you now to calculate the remaining three, the line that is perpendicular to CD, perpendicular to EF, perpendicular to GH, and that line pass through L, which is 3 and 5 every time. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, tell your friends. If you loved it, tell everyone. I will see you in the next one. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be notified when new videos are being uploaded. If you found it useful, please share. Thank you. Goodbye.